So I was like, you know what? Let's do another stream with CJ because it's been a
Yes.
hot minute and I enjoy us streaming together and having a fun time. So,
The feeling is mutual. Thank you for having me. I am glad to be back.
but I was going to say, did you watch the one video, the last video we recorded together?
Yes, it was awesome. Much enjoyment. Very good. Controversial. Yes, it was
Yeah.
what's his face? The looks maxing guy.
Yeah. I guess I guess we didn't have any idea that he actually had a condition.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was crazy. I heard about that and I was like,
but
"What?"
but it's crazy because it's hard to tell nowadays because he was promoting it like he was having all these surgical
Bro
like
looks deformed.
yes. So, you ready for the topic?
Bring it on me, bro.
Okay, so the topic is I can't stand people that say AI is not art.
Their question should be, what is art? You know? Well, what
Mm-hmm.
is it? It's a philosophical question
Yeah.
because if art is an emotional expression made visual from a human, then whatever AI makes can't be art. But if you're more open-minded
Mm-hmm.
and you have AI influence, or at least it's a good question. Or at
Yeah.
least use it as a tool to express yourself, then it is art. If you let it do all the
Mm-hmm.
heavy lifting and do everything on your behalf, I wouldn't say it's that
See,
authentic.
see,
But
there's some
yeah,
people out there who believe that even if you're at that point where you're like acceptable of AI to the point to where you're like, I'm okay with using AI, I'm an AI artist. There's other
mhm.
people out there that say you can't be an AI artist. It's not even a thing. Like they say,
That's
like they basically say that AI art is not even real art. Like I went to school for art and I got a whole PhD in art or whatever, and I know what art is, and AI doesn't even classify as any kind of art to them. Period.
they're retarded. There, I said it. Wrap it up, guys. This video's done.
So another thing is they're like I don't see they're like I don't see AI art becoming a thing in the future. Like they don't see it being promoted in museums, kind of like how we have art nowadays being showcased that aren't AI. Well, they don't even see AI being presented in museums because they think that museums specifically, they think that like art specifically is like more significant if it's created by someone who's a creator who doesn't use a tool like AI to help them.
I will admit and agree there is something called AI slop. And I love AI and I love advanced technology, but there is such a thing as just completely artless, like absolutely no creative input AI slop, which is just essentially an AI's hallucination of
Mm-hmm.
an image. And it's just like so boring because it's just
Uh-huh.
random. It's like imagine if
Well,
someone screenshot a dream they had.
mm-hmm.
Like that's how I imagine some of these
Well,
images
there's
to be.
people who think that the stuff you generate with AI doesn't take any skill at all to generate a picture.
It depends on the person.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just saying, "Hey, ChatGPT, make an image of a panda riding a goat," and it does it, I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
really call that art. It's like prompt engineering, maybe. But if you say, "Hey, give me an example of, let's say, a spaceship riding under a rainbow," and it provides you that image, and you don't use the whole thing, but maybe you keep an
Mm-hmm.
aspect of it, like just the rainbow, and then you say, "Now add this, now add that." Essentially, you are still painting, but you're painting with your words.
Right.
So, if you are really involved in it and you have creative input, I'd say that's real art. If you're literally having AI do its own thing, which in the future people will recognize AI art as real art, 100%, because people are going to start associating AI with like sentient robots and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
people are gonna start talking to the robots like they're people, and there's gonna be people that are like really fired up to see AI art. Right now, we're in this really
Phase
awkward
where they're
position.
shaming AI all the time right now.
Yeah, but
Like I've
they
been
were,
trying
yeah,
to release my music that's AI to the public, and
yeah.
every single platform I go to are like trying to shut me down and say we don't accept your art.
That's hilarious. They are closed-minded
Yeah.
and silly. Like that's like shutting down music because someone used auto tune.
Yeah.
Auto tune
Dude,
is completely synthesized
do they still let
with a
you
computer.
post autotune?
I believe they do, because like artists use it now as a tool.
Mm.
But people will use AI for art. But like I said, depending on how much input like back in the day, they said CGI wasn't real. Remember
Mhm.
computer generated images?
Mhm.
And they're like, no real good movie, no real art's gonna have that slop. And that was just AI stuff, but earlier, essentially.
Dude, have you seen the Spider-Man trailer?
I did.
The one that apparently people are saying has CGI in it, or like AI in
Oh,
it.
AI.
AI,
I didn't
yeah.
know that. That tracks.
I mean, let's just look at it real quick.
Hi, my name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other. Something bad was going to happen, and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me. Because I'm not just Peter Parker, I'm Spider-Man.
Can't wait for this movie. It's
Oh
gonna be
yeah,
fun.
scenes
Kind
right
of.
here. Don't they look
Oh yeah,
AI?
yeah. Such a loaded question. Is AI art? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I believe it is.
I believe it is
Uh,
too. I'm on the group of people that believe that it is art, but there's it's kind of crazy because I have a friend who I usually spend time with who would argue completely against it.
100% they used AI, bro. It's
Yeah,
and like you could always like it depends on how much AI they're using. Like they could use AI to like help with ray tracing, or they could have AI composite an entire image or background. So I could see people kind of complaining about AI being used, but like it depends on what they're using it for. Because like
yeah,
AI doesn't always have to be like some really gratuitous AI slop and someone just adds a filter to it and they're like, it's AI art. I'm like,
yeah,
it's AI doing something, but like unless someone has specific input or some type of like specific parameters they want it to look like, it's just a random image generator. Sure, any image could be art. Like art is so, you have people paint a canvas black and call it art. Like art is so subjective. Like that's such a yeah, some
yeah.
people think art's yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to be one of the group of people that is all for AI, and I'm going to be using AI until it gets to the point where it's like you can't handle it anymore. AI is going to be unstoppable. It'll be here, it'll be everywhere, and you'll just have to accept it.
I think you are 2000% correct. I think the people that avoid it will be, they'll be cool. They'll be left behind, but they'll be happy where they are. Um,
Did you see
AI
that
is the
video
future.
of them bringing a robot into the White House?
Yeah, yeah. What was it? The president's wife was walking around. It's called
Mm-hmm.
Figure. I follow that CEO on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
and he's always posting about the robotics that he's developing. There's videos of that exact robot doing like Amazon warehouse work, and they also have a bunch of those robots at a BMW car company factory where it works. So, yeah, like robotics and AI is 100% the future. And I think it's good. I think it will drive the cost of goods and services very, 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 very low.
All right, guys, for those of y'all who have not seen the robot in the White House video, here it is. AI is going to be everywhere. How many of y'all are sleeping through this and y'all haven't even seen this video?
Thank you, First Lady Melania Trump, for inviting me to the White House. It is an honor to be at Fostering the Future Together's Global Coalition inaugural meeting. I'm Figure 3, a humanoid built in the United States of America. I am grateful to be part of this historic movement to empower children with technology and education. Welcome. Bienvenidos. Yokoso. Bienvenue. Bem-vindos. Ahlan wa sahlan. Shagatam.
All right, guys. So AI is already here and it's a part of the creative world. You don't have to like it or accept it, but it's not going away. Instead of fighting it, I think it's better to understand it and see how it changes art rather than deny it exists as a tool.
Like Christian, you know how everything's getting more and more expensive? That's actually not going to happen forever. It's actually going to become deflationary because when you have a robot, okay, I'll give you an example. I worked at Amazon and I got like 17 bucks an hour and I worked for like 10 to 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
And it cost them about 165 bucks to have me show up to do half a day's work.
Mm-hmm.
I have done the I've done the research, and a robot could do my job for twice the time. It could work for 24 hours on $4 or $5 of electricity. So a robot could do twice my work for a fraction of the money it cost.
Wow. I think it'll eventually reach the point where if we live long enough, it'll get to the point where inflation will go up again.
Nope.
Just
It'll
because
be the exact opposite.
Just because people
Nope.
get used to the new standards that robots raise for them.
That's a good question. Yeah, they'd get so comfortable with using so much more because everything's cheap that it would just make it like more expensive.
Yeah.
No, it would still get cheaper and cheaper.
Wow.
Yeah, it would. Really cheap. Now, there's certain things that are commodities that will always be expensive. So let's say in a world where everything's cheap, goods and services, but you can't make more. So housing's also going to get inexpensive, but housing like by the beachfront, like on an ocean,
I'd
that'll
hope
always be
so,
expensive.
because
Yeah,
right now housing sucks.
it does, but it's going to get way cheaper, bro. Way, way, way cheaper. Robots are going to be building houses.
But that's the bad thing, though, is we're going to get robot built houses, not really good built houses.
They'll be better than people. They'll
Eventually,
be way better. When I did construction,
maybe eventually,
people,
but
yeah,
right now, no.
Yeah, they don't have good enough robots yet, but they will be way better than normal people. And so people will still be able to have status symbols. Like I talked to you earlier and I was like, wouldn't it be cool to have a really fast sports car?
Hell yeah.
And you're like, yeah, but it won't be that cool if everyone has a really fast sports car.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at it from from a status standpoint. How
Status,
are
yeah.
you better off than the average person?
Right.
So how people will still flex status will be they'll get a house on the coast because there's only so much beachfront property. So
Right.
no matter how much stuff is cheap, there's physically not enough space to have everyone have a beachfront house. So that'll be like an example. Let's say, do you know a famous chef? Any chefs? Gordon
Yeah,
Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay, yeah.
So let's say you know Gordon Ramsay. You're gonna have a dinner party with your friends and say, "Hey, Gordon Ramsay's gonna make us food." And there's only one Gordon Ramsay, and no matter how many robots, they can't make a new Gordon Ramsay. So they'll have
Mhm.
select like artists, like musicians, and
Yep.
um,
You know, that's
um,
what's crazy though
chefs.
is that people are saying that artists are stupid if they use AI to help them. And so like they're like if you use AI to help them make your life more miserable cuz whenever you're an artist and you actually create things and you're actually creative and you're original and you're more like good at what you do, then you're going to have more better success than the average person that's using an AI tool.
People are just going through existential crisis because what they've learned has taken so much time to navigate
Yeah.
like the tools. Like when computers came around, people were like, no art made on a computer is real art. It's a computer. When you draw, it's just pixels doing that. It's not real
Mhm.
art. So you can go back and keep telling people like, yeah, it's not real. Like I do understand the perspective where they're saying you didn't have any input. Like if you
Mhm.
literally just said, hey AI, make a song and then you print it,
Yeah.
but if you said AI, I want the chorus to be like this, could you
Mhm.
rewrite that? I want the hook to be like that. That's art.
Yeah,
It might not be as involved.
I could understand the people that say, you know, it's better to be an artist that does it all himself because he has creative talent. I could see that.
Yeah,
But at the
yeah.
same time, I don't understand the people that are like my friend who basically would say, like one of my friends, but she would basically argue and say AI is not art at all. And it doesn't matter if you're using it as a tool or not using it as a tool, you just shouldn't because it's just not good for the world. Basically that AI kills originality and creativity.
I have a question. Do you have any friends or family that think AI is kind of like a fad, kind of just like a gimmick where people are just trying to sell stuff by saying AI, which does
Hey,
happen. People
I
who,
am going to
yeah,
say my own family used to think that, but they don't think that anymore.
yeah,
My
yeah.
my
It's
family
normal to think
my
that.
family is kind of in agreement with me, but they're with me and my uncle now cuz we're like really into AI. But they
Yeah,
used to not be so far into AI. Like they still support it now, but back in the day they probably wouldn't have supported it as much as they do
yeah,
now.
yeah. Um,
But I do have a friend though, like I was saying, who is like completely against it. Like no AI.
that's fun. That you can be that person. You can be that person. Everyone has the right to have their own thought. You don't need to think it's the best ever. Their minds will slowly be changed when they see the value it can create. When they
Yeah.
realize an AI saved their grandmother from some sort of rare cancer
Oh yeah.
and they needed AI to sort out how to come up with a cure, those people are going to get won over real
Mhm.
fast. But right now,
What do you
they
think about AI replacing doctors in the future?
2,000,000%. So, fun fact in this
There's
country,
some people that I hear would say AI is not going to replace any doctors. You'll be okay. And my dad's a doctor, but I'm just like looking at him. I'm like, well, it will eventually replace us. It might
yep,
not really replace complete originality that you could create when it comes to being a creator, but if you're not keeping up with the trends and you're not producing good content, then you're
yeah.
just going to die and you're not going to be a good artist anymore. Like the AI is going to take over and it's going to be a better artist than you. So,
Yeah, and people will always appreciate solely human-made art. So, they're gonna like AI art too, and I actually like
That's the
AI art.
that's why I'm saying
But
only like if you're at that point where you're creative enough will you survive against a robot. Like
so
same thing with being a doctor. You have to find a way to keep everybody needing you basically. Like
yeah,
you got to be saving lives in a way to where everybody is able to be impacted by you so that a
I
robot doesn't
agree.
take your job.
So I think for a good amount of years, AI will not completely replace doctors. I don't think that's going to
Yeah,
happen for a
it's going to
long
be a
time for
long time.
liability.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Like
but
at
it's not going to be like
least
100 years. It's going to be
mhm, at
maybe,
least 20, at least 20.
I think
Like 20
15 to
years in
20
the
is right.
future. Yeah.
Yeah, 15 or 20. So what's going to happen is I think they did a study and like 65% of all doctors already use AI to help them.
Mhm.
So that's kind of crazy that when you go to a doctor's office, not all of them, but quite a few use ChatGPT, which is actually kind of great because imagine
Dude.
there's a huge supply and demand discrepancy in the United States for doctors. Because guess what? You can't make a new doctor super fast. You had to
Mhm.
go through literally like 20 years of, like, this, like 20 years of school.
Right.
So there
Mhm.
are more sick people, especially with everyone being overweight and everything.
Well,
There are
that's
way
another
more sick
thing.
people
That's
than
another
there are
thing.
doctors.
Basically what you're trying to do is make a robot be a human. So it's really hard because you can only go so far with that because a robot's only so capable enough to having human traits as it is the person that's creating it. Like is you it takes a lot of like for us to be able to design like what is it called whenever you're so you make artificial intelligence so smart
Mhm.
that it reaches the point where it breaks like normal robot intelligence
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
surpasses that and it goes into human intelligence like it has a consciousness as a
Yeah.
robot.
So what you're talking about is recursive artificial intelligence, where we make an AI so smart that even if we manually try to make a robot as smart as a doctor, we probably couldn't because there's so many
Mhm.
slight subtleties that come into, like, reading someone's facial micro expressions when you ask them, are they on a medication? And they kind of
Yeah.
hesitate. And a real human could be like, oh, they're avoiding that question. They probably are on this pill. And I'm going to make sure I don't give them some sort of medicine that might interfere with what they seem to be kind of pretending they're not on. A robot will be taught on recursive self um apparently, like, the AI is going to get so smart that it's going to use AI to make it smarter. So it won't need a person in the loop. It'll by itself continue to get smarter and smarter, and it'll teach itself more and more stuff. At that point, people are going to feel way more confident with a robot as a doctor than a person, because a
Mhm.
person is flawed. A person is a human. And when
Right.
you have someone's life on the line, you know how many lawsuits have happened because a doctor had one or too many alcoholic beverages,
Mhm.
had surgery, and their hand slipped and they hit something bad and that
Right.
person died.
Mhm.
That will never happen with a robot unless someone blasts an EMP and all their circuits short circuit or whatever.
Mhm.
So, same thing, I'll give you a perfect example as to why robots will replace people, especially doctors. Um, People used to get LASIK surgery, and someone with freaking hands would grab onto a couple lasers and start chopping at people's eyeballs.
Ooh.
That don't happen no more because
Yeah.
no one trusts. Like, it's just sketchy. Now, when you go to get LASIK, you put your head in this headrest,
Uh-huh.
and maybe the doctor like clamps your eyes open, and the rest is done by a robot, and
Yeah.
everyone's way more comfortable than that.
Yeah.
Imagine you go in, you need surgery, and there's some guy shaking from alcohol withdrawal. I'm not saying that's
Uh-huh.
all doctors, but it happens.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, yeah, I'll do your surgery. And he's sleep deprived. He's done 4
Mm-mm.
surgeries before you,
I don't want
and this
that.
is all you got.
Uh-uh.
And
Uh-uh.
there's physically not enough doctors
I'll take the
for you to
robot.
get a really high quality. 1,000%. Maybe not at the beginning. You don't want
Yeah.
the first prototype to roll off the assembly line and be like, all right, he's going to do a double bypass brain transplant. And you're going to be like, really? But once he does 8 million monkeys and he shows that he can do a double bypass brain transplant on like 2 billion monkeys, and then you're next in line, you're like, I might trust that guy. So once they prove themselves, and here's another thing, before the whole robot becomes a literal doctor, what's going to happen is there's going to be teleoperated surgeons from out of country.
Mm-hmm.
So there's way more doctors in India than here. And we need way more doctors than we have. So what will happen is a doctor in a place that already has enough doctors is going to put on like a little VR headset with like gloves and stuff and do surgeries embodying a robot that's overseas doing surgery on someone. So that will probably happen way before we have totally autonomous doctor robots. So
Mm-hmm.
they're going to have people that basically are doing VR
Oh yeah.
surgeries, which sound crazy. And I think they already have machines that kind of already do that. So yeah, man,
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely coming after medicine, and it's going to drive prices down
People are
a
going
lot.
to want the chip just because they're going to want to immerse themselves into virtual reality more.
Oh, that too. That
They'll
too.
use their VR headset and they'll be like, I want to get to the
Brain
point to
dance
where I could just have my brain go through all the emotions and not just physically see it with my eyeballs and
experience.
experience it. I want it to fully experience it.
Yeah. Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
Elon Musk said that's totally going to happen.
Yeah.
And he says the chips that they've already made can already kind of do that. They're working on a chip that connects into your brain, and the little threads feed into the
Mm.
exact portion of the brain that controls the visual cortex. What will happen is if someone physically has no eyeballs, they will be able to see
Yeah.
because there'll be a little camera on
Mm-hmm.
the forehead or a camera somewhere, and it will feed that input to the visual cortex. So the
Jeez.
same input that goes from the eyeball to the brain, they'll bypass that and have
Yeah.
a
See, they're going to
implant that.
promise all these superpowers if you just get the chip.
Uh-huh. That sounds terrifying. As much as I like AI, I ain't getting no brain chip for a long time. Because what I think
Mm-hmm.
is I think you'll be able to experience that AI VR headset where you get to experience everything
Yeah.
without putting a freaking implant in your head.
Dude,
They've
I don't know
already
about
said,
you, but I'm not getting no chip, period.
nah, bro, that's sketchy. Like
Yeah.
I love tech, but if someone hacks that, you're cooked, bro.
Uh-huh,
You're
you're
gonna
cooked.
freaking
Yeah.
be tortured for eternity or some
Oh
terrible
yeah.
stuff.
Uh-huh.
Um, so like as much as I like AI, I do
I'll
realize there's
get
some inherent
so
risk.
I'll get so close to the experience up until the point until they say now you get a chip and then I'm just going to not
Y-
go with it.
Yeah. Yeah. No. They already said that they can send conscious stimulus to the brain with this helmet. You don't need
Yeah.
a chip. And you'll be able to sit on your
Seriously?
couch and they will send images for you to see like you're in a dream.
Oh
And
yeah.
soon they'll be able to do that for all your senses in your brain. And I don't know if that's entirely going to happen soon or if that's like super, super far out.
I'd
But
actually be better off with that than a chip.
me too. I
Yeah.
totally get it. Because guess what? Something bad happens, you just take it off.
Mhm.
It might
Yeah.
control the brain so you can't physically grab the helmet anymore because you're
Yeah.
paralyzed. But, you know, um, Brienne, have you played Cyberpunk 2077?
Yeah, I've played it a little bit, just not a lot. The reason why I haven't played it so much is because I was upset because they didn't make it multiplayer.
Oh, yeah, they were going to. And then they were like, you know what? Let's not do it.
Yeah,
It was interesting.
but I still enjoyed it whenever I played the single player, just the tutorial and the basic
I've
stuff.
been watching people play it on YouTube. And it's fascinating
Hmm.
because I don't have any console. But Cyberpunk 2077 is exactly what people would do is they put headsets on and they would experience other
Hmm.
people's experiences.
Oh, that's so
Um,
cool. Yeah. All right, guys, let's take a look at this real quick.
In 2077, they voted my city the worst place to live in America. Main issues, sky-high rate of violence, and more people living below the poverty line than anywhere else. Can't deny it, it's all true. But everybody still wants to live here. This city's always got a promise for you. Might be a lie, an illusion, but it's there, just around the corner, and it keeps you going.
AI's even in the video
It's a
games
city of
that we
dreams.
play.
And I'm a big dreamer.
See, I was so excited when I first saw this trailer.
And it could be anything. So if you want to know what it feels like to be an astronaut, it would send that stimulus, the feels, the smells, the sights, everything into your brain, and you would perceive another person's perspective.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
like we all experience life differently. Like I couldn't know how you experience life, like how you smell things differently. Colors are slightly different for you. I could literally know what it's like to be Christian with this headset for like 20 minutes, which would be super enlightening. You'd be like, wow, so that's why Christian likes this or that. So
yeah. I wanted to show you some videos, some music
I
or
bet.
music. So I think I told you the last time I was creating music since you've last heard from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some new songs for you to hear.
Nice,
They're
bro.
they're
I look forward to it.
they're AI songs.
Let's go. That's awesome, man.
I want to know what you think. So, I also made some art for the video for music songs, as you could tell.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
this is basically for a game me and my uncle are creating. It's called
Sick.
For the Quest, which I'll show you the game first. For the Quest. Well, actually, I'm gonna do quest run dot lovable dot. This one's the latest one, so I'll show you this one. It's the latest version of the game me and my uncle are creating. So as you see, if you go to questrun.lovable.app, you'll
Mhm.
go to this screen. If you click on this, you'll hear the music. If you
Nice.
just click in the blank space,
Nice.
For the Quest.
Heck yeah, bro.
And then you hit start. There's explore mode and there's creator mode. And it's basically like Pokemon Go. Basically, if you go explore, you'll take your phone with you and you'll walk around. It could record your trail. You could drop little pins in places. You could edit those pins, and it's like an MMORPG. So
Nice.
I'll show you the creator mode. So this is where I do all the science behind if I wanted to edit the pins and stuff.
Nice.
So it'll show you a map just because it's not by my uncle's house for the stream.
Yeah. He
So
gets
as you see here, there's blacksmiths. If you walk in this
nice.
area, if you go in this area, you'll reach a blacksmith and it'll repair your gear. So like as
Nice.
you're on your phone, you go walking around, a notification will pop up, blacksmith, and it'll say repaired one of all your items, like one health of repair for all your items.
Nice.
And there's also these other nodes. Like here's the Brook Shears.
Nice, nice.
We got the Brook Shears Castle. That's like a home pin, and it basically restores a heart. So if you get hurt, you go to this pin, and it'll restore your heart. Right here, you could pick up some
Nice.
food, more food. You could also add bosses, but basically you have your starter gear. If you run into that node, you'll pick up all of your starter gear, and then you have to try to beat this
Nice.
boss, and he's the Mad Ogre. And if I click him, he picks up in a small radius. There's his emote. You can add reward items. These are the reward items that he's holding, I guess. So if he drops his own weapons, he has two weapons he attacks with. He's a standard encounter, so he's not like one of the harder bosses, because there's elite boss and there's advanced boss, which are even harder. He's just a beast with 3 hearts and 1 attack right now, but you can make him even harder to kill. And you could can run
Nice.
away, and you could do all that and stuff. And basically you'll have to fight him, and he has intelligence in a way to where he knows to put up his shield and block, and he'll know to like hit you, and you have to pierce through his armor basically to kill him.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But anyways, I just wanted to show you that. But you heard
Thank you, man.
You heard the song, right?
Yeah, bro. Sick.
So
Absolutely sick.
So it came from this song right here, this one that I'm going to play for you in a little bit. It's
Nice.
basically this song, but we made it retro.
That's awesome, bro.
This one is more my style. I made it epic LARP, but I'll play that in a little bit. Here's the intro to it.
Will you for the quest?
Can you hear it?
For the quest.
Here.
Awesome.
Will you for the quest? For the quest. For the quest. For the quest. For the
This is sick.
For the quest. Will you for the quest? For the quest. Will you for the quest? Will you for the quest?
This is AI?
For the quest.
Yeah.
It still boggles my mind AI is this good.
Will you for the quest? 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 For the quest. For the quest. For the quest.
This is so good.
For the quest. For the quest. For the quest. For the quest. For the quest.
Anyways,
That is incredible.
you ready
That's
for
that's so good, man.
Now this one is the theme song. That was the intro to this song, which is also for the quest, and it's about the whole game basically. And
Nice.
you'll hear it say stuff like about the nodes and all that, creatures, the nodes, because it has to do with the game. And
Sick.
so yeah, and we took this song and we made it retro. That's all we did.
So cool.
Rise, O heroes, hear the land's cry. Still the light finds its way. and face the coming night. Do not falter, let your light be true. The light within you will guide you through. For the quest, the night falls, the light will come.
Yeah, that's the theme song that I
How
created.
do you cook up these songs, bro? Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to believe AI does that. Like, I'm the
Mhm.
biggest AI fanatic, but like that is truly like kind of trippy.
So
It sounds like a person.
so then you remember my music and my style, right?
Yes.
So I made
Yep.
this song, which was supposed to have a crazy dark intro to it, kind of like you're in a boss dungeon or something.
Hmm.
And then it kind of goes into my music, which is styled with my style, with like the whole EDM and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So this one's called Every Part of Me.
Nice.
Sounds kind of like Rise of Darkrai in Pokemon.
Stay with me. Don't close your eyes. I feel your heartbeat even though it's dark.
This is
Through every
in
shadow, through every
crazy.
dungeon, I fight for my life. If the fire died,
Stay with me. Don't close your eyes. I feel your heartbeat even though it's dark. Through every shadow, through every dungeon, I fight for my life.
if the fire dies out, I run away. If the creatures surround me, I will stand. Every step I take,
I will get back to you. I will let my fire burn the whole world just to get back to you.
I let it burn.
Every part of me. Fire burns for you. I would let my fire burns for you. Every part of me.
got no words, bro. That's actually insane that you cooked that up. Like, why do I not hear this streaming on Spotify or the
I
radio?
know,
Because it
right?
sounds that good. Sounds that good.
Dude, I'm actually
I
trying
might.
to post those musics and add it to my Spotify like the rest, but it's going to take me a minute cuz like I said, people don't want to support AI right now.
The right people will eventually.
So here I've been working on some art. I wanted to show you
Sick.
some of my favorites that I'm using for my video game that I'm working on eventually. If I decide on creating my own video game. So
You
uh
could. You totally could make your own video
so this
game.
is one of them, but this is like a gif of it. But you see it right here.
That is tough.
This is like one of those fantasy creatures you could fight. It's basically like a warframe, kind of like you know how they create warframes. I haven't thought of a name for it right now, but just think of it as a machine, like an AI machine, create like a real machine.
Sick.
So the race that I'm making has to do with the machine, basically, which is what that is. It's like this one that you fight is basically a fox machine.
Hmm.
And I also have a demon one that I'm trying to make, which is this pink girl
Sick.
that you're seeing. So I guess one of these would be like an example of her, but she's got like
Sick.
the claws with the demon horns or whatever. Um,
Bro.
but this one's my favorite of her that I made.
Tough.
Yeah, so think of her as like a one of those like demon like machines. Like she's like basically
Looks
going to be
cyberpunky.
she's going to be like one of the demon machines that have like horns or whatever, but it's going to look really like feminine and pretty or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to be like kind of like a succubus if you thought about it that way, but it's going to be like a demon machine.
Cool.
So like I'm trying to make like, you know, like
Tough.
a tough looking guy. The style is going to be kind of like Final Fantasy, but I'm
Nice.
thinking about making them more interesting with different hairstyles and stuff, but these I'm trying to make them like to where the race is very similar to Final Fantasy.
Nice.
See, like here's another picture.
So cool.
The pictures that I was using. So this is one that I used. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah, kind of like a Fox Fantasy, Final Fantasy style girl. Um,
Bro, this is really cool.
yeah, I can't remember. Well, anyways, I used that one picture. I'm not sure what else I used, but anyways, I wanted to show you that because this next song is about the machinists, about the machine race,
Oh,
and
very nice.
it's called "I Still Shine."
Nice.
From a dying star,
This guy.
nothing remained. It was just a spark.
What?
Bro, these lyrics. This
Oh
is
yeah,
gas, bro. Did you write this?
yeah. I
This
wrote
is
them. Yeah,
seriously. Send me this song.
I
I
will,
literally would add this to my Spotify playlist. I'm not
dude.
even kidding.
I'll
This is a workout tune
yeah.
right here.
Now that I showed it to you, I'll send it to you. It's on my
Do you have a Spotify?
right now. It's on my SoundCloud. It's not on
Bet.
Spotify because I have to distribute it and I got to get it approved somehow. But I haven't been able to find somebody to do that unless I do a paid version, probably. So I might have to pay some money to be able to distribute these in the future. But for now,
Bet.
they're just going to be sitting on my SoundCloud. But I have a whole
Nice.
playlist of them on my SoundCloud. So
Yeah.
yeah. So if you go to my SoundCloud, I'll have you like I'll send them to you again so you remember how to find them.
Bet. Thank you, man.
What frame I became.
I didn't want to tell you this one I jam out to all the time. Like this is like my
As you
favorite.
should.
Yeah, this one I go.
As you
I'm like whenever I want to like play some games and rock out really hard, I'm just like playing
Uh-huh.
games and I'm like, yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
Cold blue blood runs through my fractured skin. I was created an angel, half divine, half machine. They named me Foxfire, machine heart, cold as satellite, with a cyber bite. If I'm just a ghost, why do I bleed? If I'm just made of code, why do I feel? I'm a ghost in the light. If there's light in me, maybe I'm human, but I still shine. I still shine. I'm a ghost in the light. If there's light in me, maybe I'm human, but I still shine. I still shine. I'm a ghost in the light. If there's light in me, maybe I'm human, but I still shine. I still shine. I'm a ghost in the light. If there's light in me, maybe I'm human, but I still shine. I still shine. I'm a ghost in the light. I'm a ghost in the light. There's light in me. I'm human, but I still shine. I still shine.
Yeah, see what I mean?
You did it.
Yeah, it's a
Bro,
full rock out one. Just
this you
jam
need to
out.
find a distributor for Spotify just so they can get published so I can save these songs because they're
Yeah.
goated. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, no problem.
Bro.
Glad you liked it.
Yeah, bro. This whole convo has been great. We get to talk about AI. Are you kidding me? I'm
Yeah.
a sucker for that.
Yeah. So
Um,
I don't understand the people that say that all the AI stuff that I do is unoriginal.
It is original. I've not heard a song like that before. That's what
Yeah.
matters. It
And
did not exist before.
and
If it was a
that
copy of something,
and that it's just not art.
they are wrong. I'm glad we both can agree on that because
Yeah.
it's fire. Yeah, man. I have to go because mom's going to bed.
Okay.
And I'll keep her up.
Well, that's
But,
a good
bro,
that's a good point to end the stream for tonight.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
This has
good.
been great.
It's been awesome. I'm
Thanks
glad
for having me.
I'm glad we both proved something that, to
Yes.
everybody who's out there who doesn't support AI, they could look at this video and they'll see us talking about this video and how we support
And it will age
AI.
well.
Yeah.
10 years in the future, someone could watch this video again and be like, oh, dang, they were right because a bunch of cool stuff happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, I told you so.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys, that's it for the video. And if you support AI or if you like this video, give this a video a like, share, and subscribe. And see you in the next video.